My dear Nigerians, today marks the 19th year of our nascent democracy and the third anniversary of this administration. I am thankful to Almighty God for bringing us thus far. This administration came at a time that Nigerians needed change, the change we promised and the change we continue to deliver. We have faced a lot of challenges on this journey, and Nigerians have stood by us in achieving the three cardinal points of this administration, namely security, corruption, and the economy. The commemoration of this year's Democracy Day is a celebration of freedom, a salute to the resilience and determination of Nigerians, and a recommitment by the government to keep its promise to lead Nigeria into a new era of justice and prosperity. Public safety and security remains the primary duty of this government. Before this administration came into being 3 years ago, Boko Haram held large areas of land spanning several local governments in the northeast. Today, the capacity of the insurgents has been degraded, leading to the re-establishment of authority of government and the release of captives, including happily 106 Chibok and 104 Depchi girls, and over 16,000 other persons held by Boko Haram. In order to minimize the impact of the insurgency on internally displaced persons, government has established secure IDP camps and has improved the mechanism for the distribution of basic aid, foods, and essential commodities using various strategies in collaboration with local and international organizations. Efforts are in process for resettlement of IDPs in their home communities by providing schools, hospitals, clinics, water, and sanitation to facilitate a quick return to economic activities. Government is similarly implementing de-radicalization and rehabilitation programs to facilitate sustainable peace and development. The unfortunate incidences of kidnappings, herdsmen and farmers' clashes in several communities, which have led to high number of fatalities and loss of properties across the country, is being addressed, and the identified culprits and their sponsors shall be made to face the full wrath of the law. The unfortunate incidences of kidnappings, herdsmen and farmers' clashes in several communities, which have led to high number of fatalities and loss of properties across the country, is being addressed, and the identified culprits and their sponsors shall be made to face the full wrath of the law. All the three tiers of government are presently engaged with communities and religious organizations to restore peaceful coexistence among Nigerians. I want to commend members of the multinational joint task force drawn from Niger, Benin, Chad, Cameroon, and our own country in collaboration with the international community, who are assisting in the fight against insurgency in the northeast. I also commend the gallantry of members of our armed forces and other security agencies that have continued to provide security for lives and properties across the country. State and local traditional authorities are helping with much needed intelligence in this fight against insurgency. This administration is pained over the grievous loss of lives and properties occasioned by the carnage of insurgency and other forms of criminality in the country. I wish to assure Nigerians that we will not rest until all criminal elements and their sponsors are brought to justice. Government is boosting the capacity of our security agencies through recruitment of more personnel, training and procurement of modern equipment, enhancement of intelligence gathering, as well as boosting their morale in the face of daunting challenges. The Niger Delta region has enjoyed relative peace through social inclusiveness and cooperation of the elders and the good people of the region. Government is committed to implementing the comprehensive peace, security, and development plan for the region. The environmental cleanup of the region, which commenced with the launch in Bodo, Ogoni in June 2016, is progressing satisfactorily. Furthermore, farming assets are being revived and investors in cocoa and palm oil plantations are showing serious interest. The second primary object of this administration is to fight corruption. I'll read that again. The second primary object of this administration is to fight corruption headlong. Like I have always said, if we don't kill corruption, corruption will destroy the country. 3 years in this administration, Nigerians and the international community have begun to applaud our policies and determination to fight corruption. We are more than ever before determined to win this war, however hard the road is. I therefore appeal to all well-meaning Nigerians to continue to support us in this fight. Various policy measures already put in place to stem the tide of corrupt practices are yielding remarkable results. Some of these key reform policies include: A, the Treasury single account has realized billions of naira being saved from maintenance fee payable to banks. 200 billion naira has also been saved from elimination of ghost workers in public service. B, the whistleblowing policy has helped to recover over 500 billion naira. C, the Prudential Initiative of Continuous Audit set up with a mandate to validate controls, assess risks, prune personal costs, ensure compliance with public financial management reforms, has helped to identify and remove over 52,000 ghost workers from the federal government MDS payroll. D, the Voluntary Asset and Income Declaration Scheme aimed at expanding tax education and awareness has offered the opportunity for tax defaulters to regularize their status in order to enjoy the amnesty of forgiveness on overdue interest, penalties, and the assurance of non-prosecution or subject to tax investigations. The Sovereign Wealth Fund project portfolio has been expanded with an injection of $650 million United States dollars so as to strengthen its investments in local infrastructure, power, health, reconstruction of Abuja-Kano Road, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, East-West Road, and the Mambila Hydroelectric Power Project, as well as the construction of the second Niger Bridge. The fight against corruption through the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission has resulted in recoveries of billions of naira, as well as forfeiture of various forms of assets. This, alongside other efforts, has improved Nigeria's international image and regional cooperation. We have retained the services of one of the world's leading asset tracing firms to investigate and trace assets globally. This is in addition to the exploitation of provisions of existing treaties, conventions, as well as bilateral agreements with multilateral bodies and nations. Nigeria has also signed mutual legal assistance agreements to ensure that there is no hiding place for fugitives. We have retained the services of one of the world's leading asset tracing firms to investigate and trace assets globally. This is in addition to the exploitation of provisions of existing treaties, conventions, as well as bilateral agreements with multilateral bodies and nations. Nigeria has also signed mutual legal assistance agreements to ensure that there is no hiding place for fugitives. This administration has therefore focused on revamping the ailing economy it inherited in 2015. In 2016, government executed an expansionary budget and developed the Strategic Implementation Plan. For the first time, 30% of the budget was earmarked for capital expenditure, which represents an upward review when compared with 2015 budget. The Strategic Implementation Plan was followed by the development of a comprehensive medium-term plan, the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan 2017 to 2020. The broad strategic objectives of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan were to restore and sustain economic growth, build a global. In few days to come, I will be joined by many promising young Nigerians to sign into law the Not Too Young Trend Bill. I thank you for your attention. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.